TEDxYouth, Chantewashtenape Echiuzapi, Terra Rose Weston Imachapi, Pejuta Haka Ematahakshto. My friends and relatives, I greet you all with a warm, heartfelt handshake. Before I go any further, I was taught to always ask the elders that are in attendance for forgiveness for speaking in front of you. My name is Terra Rose Weston, maiden name Onehorn. I am Oglala Lakota, and I come from the Medicine Root District in Kyle, South Dakota on the Pine Ridge Reservation. In my Lakota culture, we have virtues that we live by, a few of them being Omaushila, compassion, Wanchantagnaque, generosity, Woksape, wisdom, and Wolchitike, bravery. My Lakota name is Wuunspewi, knowledgeable woman, a name that was given to me by my maternal grandfather, a fluent Dakota speaker, whom told me that because I had a willingness to learn, I would grow to possess a vast amount of knowledge. And having this thought in the back of my mind has always helped me to move forward from my failures with my head held high, knowing and believing that each experience was not the last for me. A little bit of my background. I was raised by a single mother, and I grew up a few hundred feet from my maternal grandparents, whom were World War II veterans, and helped raise me. My mother set some prime examples growing up as a small business owner, an Army and National Guard veteran, a college graduate, and she lives a sober life. All I've known was her hard work and support for everything her children have done. And I don't know how she managed to be in 3 places at once, but I see that same work ethic in myself now that I have my own family. My mother is my hero and my strength and my rock. On a more somber note, I grew up without my father. From what I've been told, he was a proud Lakota man, also an Army veteran, a firefighter, among other things. But he abused alcohol. I spent a lot of time being angry with him, thinking that he didn't want to be in my life. And it turns out that addicts distance themselves from everyone around them. I was too young to remember, but when I was 4 years old, he became a paraplegic. And when I was 10, he took his journey to the spirit world. I haven't been able to resolve the anger that I held on to because I couldn't speak to him. And only in recent years have I been able to forgive him for his absence, as I realized that holding on to that was affecting my relationships with my loved ones, and I couldn't continue that cycle any longer. At present, I am the spouse of a medically retired soldier, another proud, traditional raised Lakota man. We met when we were teenagers, and we married young, at 19 and 20, after he completed basic training for the U.S. Army. Some of you may not know this, but according to the Veterans Administration and the Department of Defense, Native Americans serve at a higher rate than any other ethnicity per capita in the armed forces. In 2013, life changed for us. While deployed to Afghanistan, my husband sustained a traumatic brain injury, a subdural hematoma, and was immediately medically evacuated to Germany and then back stateside. The brain injury affected his memory, his focus, his behaviors. He's a completely different person now, one that I love no less. Except today, a migraine is debilitating enough for him to need emergency medical assistance. It's been a difficult journey for him and for us. I've since become a certified caregiver for him. I've also gone back to college after dropping out my freshman year to pursue a degree in psychology with a concentration in substance abuse that I will soon receive. I've also started my own business as a photographer and recently named award-winning filmmaker for my film, The Things I'm Afraid to Tell You. If you had told me that I would be here in this moment in front of all of you and at this point in my life, I wouldn't have believed you. In my younger years, I used to self-harm. I suffered from depression, and I was hospitalized for suicide attempts. With the love and support of my family, my loved ones, I was able to overcome and move forward. It's in my blood. The Lakota people have come a long way from the days of attempted genocide, from the forced removals of our homes, where our parents and grandparents were punished for observing our traditional culture, for speaking our language. They had to cut their hair and accept religion in place of our teachings. This is the reason why so many of our elders weep when they're asked to pray in Lakota and refuse to even hold a conversation to teach our younger generations. The general public has come to believe that the Wounded Knee Massacre was a battle that we lost. We were unarmed men, women, and children, and we were shot dead in the harsh South Dakota winter on December 29th, 1890. We were here long before this land was discovered, and we will be here for generations to come. Even with the pressing threats to our lands, such as the Keystone XL pipeline, or issues that we face today, such as the growing number of missing and murdered Indigenous women, or changing the name of mascots. We are the first citizens of this country, and we continue to fight to be recognized as such. We are brave and resilient. To know that my ancestors and my relatives fought so that I can live is the ultimate source of motivation. We don't need to be afraid of failure. We need to be afraid of standing still. Being able to pick yourself up, dust it off, and try again is what makes you brave. I am brave enough to try and fail and try again, and I will continue to live my life this way. Every trial and tribulation that my husband and I have faced, we've conquered together, including celebrating our 5th wedding anniversary this past November. And we also raise our young daughter to the best of our abilities. It's important that all of you know that your personal success is defined by your standards and no one else's. You can be and do anything you like. Take off in the direction of your wildest dreams. Remember who you are, where you come from, and know that hard work prevails over everything. When you do that, no force on earth can stop you. Blehechiape. Be strong. Wopila. Thank you.